So welcome back everybody. We're going to take a look at something I've never really looked at before on this channel. I hope everybody's doing fine. But here is the main unit, and I'll have to go over the model number on the back and the name of the whole unit together. So this is part of the CMT-HP7. It is the name for both this and the speakers included with it, back when you'd buy it back in the day. It is a small, compact hi-fi unit. And then this is the HCD/HP7. So that's the name of this actual part of it. And we'll grab the speakers. So the speakers that came with this unit actually have the cables built into it, so you can't really remove them, and then they have the ends crimped off to attach it into the unit itself. This is the right one. They actually are designated with a direction for both the left and right side. And this is an SS, or stereo system, CHP7. Oops, sorry for that squeaking sound. So we have that one. There, that's better framing for it. So, why go over this? These things are kind of easier to find if you do find any working ones out in the wild, and they're usually really cheap at garage sales. They're not really that good for a full home Wi-Fi or hi-fi system. Excuse me, I'm out of breath. But they are very useful for garage speakers or kind of just small units to plug into somewhere. Fortunately, it looks like my one cable is loose, so we're going to have to get a speaker wire trimmer and trim that so it can even work. So being that small of a size, that was a pain to kind of get off. So we have a few inputs actually on the back. You have standard both AM antenna and then FM. You have a coaxial connection. And then we actually have some stereo RCA in, and then a digital optical out. Huh, I don't know why you would use this as your main CD player and use a digital out, but I guess that's an option. So, far be it from me to remove any options from anybody and tell them how or how not to do it. So, left channel, and then the cable is color coded, so the black goes into the black. And then the gray goes into the red slot. Now I'm not going to be testing the AM antenna, and I don't think I need an FM antenna for my current location. And I'm not going to be doing the digital optical out. There's no need for me to do that really, and most people will not be grabbing this as their primary CD player, which would be kind of a funny thing to do. And it looks like this one was made in 2003, May 2003 to begin with. It's referred to as a compact disc deck receiver. And like I said, this is one of those mini or compact hi-fi units that were made kind of at a budget. They never really caught on in North America as much after a certain point. In fact, I don't know any stores that regularly sell these anymore, except for maybe Best Buy. So excuse me for the framing being off a little bit at some points. I did bump the camera while adjusting stuff, so I had to readjust it. We should have enough spacing though to see everything. I don't have much of a space to reach over there, so that's going to be in the way a bit. So what do we have on the front? Hey, it turned on just fine. It looks like it's in the demo or background display mode. You can actually turn it on. Make sure the volume is all the way down. And I didn't even realize this. This is a 5-disc player. So there's more points of failure available for it. We won't be going over all of them, probably just seeing if it works. And then we have a headphone out on the front. So let's switch to tuner. And we'll do FM because it's more likely I'll pick something up there. Also have to be quick so that way I don't get any kind of DMCA. So the strongest signal in my region is 102.7.
Guarantee you'll get a job. Just text rank to 323232 now to get started.
And we got a signal.
Do everything at your own pace and 100% online. Live your life.
So you have the standby button, which we'll put in demo mode. This does have a tape deck in it. CD, pause, stop. Pause stop being right there with all the input selections, kind of weird. Oh, I guess that's play also. Okay. If you hit tape and there's no tape inside of it, it will literally tell you there isn't. The tape drawer is on the top right here. So you would just slide it in, the right thing. I don't think it has a function to do playback and whatnot. There's a CD sync for recording, and you can record with that input on the back. The input on the back is actually labeled MD for mini disc. Although mini disc didn't really catch on in North America, it's neat to kind of see that as an option or something listed on one of these. So tuning, preset albums. This does play MP3s if you do have an MP3 CD. So if you burnt one of those back in the day, that'd be fine. It'd play those musical tunes just fine. Preset, the dimmer off. We'll keep the dimmer off. We'll turn off the EQs as soon as I find the option. Yeah, flat. EQs are a thing that I just don't care for. I feel like they don't quite add anything. I don't know what groove is. Groove on. I'm not quite sure what that is off the top of my head. We're going to be using a Sony CD-IT tape. I don't remember if there's anything actually on this unit. And it looks like the tape will only load in one way, so that makes it easier. Slide that bad boy down, and then we'll see if it reads the tape. I think I wiped this tape, so I might have to try to record something to it and see if it works. It sounds like it's going, but then again, if I have nothing on the tape, we won't hear anything. So I'm going to use this adapter. I'm going to plug in my phone. We're going to try to play some Dan Mason and record to the tape and see if it works. Alright. So I might have to... actually, where's the rewind function? Is it this? Okay. There's the rewind button. So these are all the function buttons along with switching between the different devices. And it looks like if there's no tape in it, won't do the tape function at all. Let it rewind a bit. And we'll stop and we'll try hitting record. Should be record play. Why does that turn the groove on? Alright, switch to MDN. I should have used a mini disc deck actually for this, but alright. Nope, wrong function. Alright, that don't work. So, should be playing some Dan Mason. We should be hearing something. We don't need CD sync because we're not recording off of a CD at all. While this is going for a little bit, I did pull up the manual, and the PDF from the Sony website says this was copyrighted 2003. So that matches up with the manufacturer date on the back. It does play CDRs and CDRWs along with MP3 files like I mentioned earlier. And I think no, I don't have that antenna loop that came with it. I have something else. It looks like this one did come with a remote, and I don't think I have the remote for it. Usually when you check the service websites, and I'll try to put it up on the screen if I recall to, it usually lists on the Sony website the remote that came with this model, depending on what it is, and it looks like this one they don't list it, so I most likely have a compatible remote somewhere laying around, but I won't be grabbing it today. The manual does also kind of show you can put the rubber nubs on the bottom of the speakers, and they're already on there. So, should be able to stop, and then we'll rewind a little bit. stop recording, so... Nothing that way. We'll play it back a little bit, and then we'll work on playing it back. That is not what I wanted. Oh! Okay, so the input is working. That's how you swap it. Oh, it's a bidirectional. It's hard to see at this angle. For some reason it didn't record. I don't know if there's anything wrong with the tape deck part or not, but sadly I won't be able to fully feature that in this video. So the only thing really left that we have to test is the CD part, and I am not going to play anything for too long because I don't have anything at the moment that wouldn't be copyright struck. We don't have something that is exactly error correct, but if you grew up in the 90s and you grabbed one of these in the early 2000s, chances are you probably listened to Jamiroquai or Incubus. So now we just gotta figure out how to open up the disk tray. It says disk 1's ready. What is on disk 1? No disk. Okay. Oh! I am a fool. I kept on expecting the tray to come out. This is compact enough, of course it won't. So, we're going to see if it reads the disc properly. I'll try not to play it for too long. I'm sure that I'll still get a DMCA somehow. Incubus was under Sony Music, and that is one of the reasons why I chose it. Hey, it is reading it. So we're going to skip forward a little bit. Is it tuning? Yeah, tuning lets you select the different tracks. We'll just make sure and go all the way to the end and see if it has any issue skipping. And it doesn't, and we'll stop that before I get DMCA'd. Switch over to Dan Mason for a little bit. That is not Dan Mason. So yeah, not amazing speakers, but not bad. This is mostly what something would use just to get sound better than what they'd have possibly in a small TV or something. What I might use this for is if I have a PVM that has mono speakers, I could plug the outs of whatever system it is into this and put it with that, or just pair it with something like that in general. Hi-fi snobs will definitely not enjoy this, but I feel like there's plenty of these still used laying around that if you can get use out of it, please do. That just makes less e-waste. One other thing that annoys me, though, that I will mention that isn't to do with this unit exactly, but my local Goodwill, sometimes when they have pieces like this that stick together, instead of like properly bundling them together, they'll like just tape them together in the most obnoxious way, and it is near impossible to get some of that residue off. But yeah, everything seems to work okay. Nothing too crazy today, just the basic unit and a basic overview again. I do think that these things still have some worth. Just get some use out of them if you get them. Hopefully this gives you a better idea on if this unit will be at all use for you if you see one locally. They shouldn't go for too much. I don't know about eBay prices at the moment, but usually eBay prices for these things are listed higher than what your average person would pay for any of them. So guys, without further ado, I think that's it for today. I do thank you all for watching up to this point. If you would, consider checking out the other stuff on my channel, consider subscribing, and then consider checking out the Patreon if you're interested in supporting what I do here. I will be working on other stuff later this month, so I hope you guys have a good time. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.